who has your data. Unless you send it through here with the one and only company that owns the entire network, local, national, and international. So you know who has your data. OnNet from MCI WorldCom.
Right now, it's your local forecast on the Weather Channel.
Looks like the rain is here to stay for the Pacific Northwest, but it is moving out in a few other parts of the nation. Some good news, some bad too. Welcome to Weather Center. I'm Paul Emick.
And I'm Sharon Resulton. A strong Pacific storm is bringing with it lots of rain, wind, and snow for those of you in Washington and Oregon and Northern California. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's happening right now. And the storm is bringing a lot of rain. We may see the potential for some heavier rain as we see the next impulse, the next disturbance moving on in. That particular disturbance is going to mean maybe some heavier rain as we go from Sunday night down into Monday. But this is what we've seen thus far. And actually one small area in Mason County in Washington receiving over 4 inches thus far, and that's the heaviest amount that we've seen. But around Tillamook, 2.8 inches, around Astoria, about 2 1/4, Seattle, about 1 inch, and Portland picking up about 88/100ths of an inch. There's a look at the radar. A little drier air intruding in just around the Seattle area, so a little bit of a break for you in and around Seattle, and maybe becoming a little bit more scattered as we go through the night there. But otherwise, pretty good rain band extending along Interstate 5, and it goes all the way back down toward Mount Shasta and on into Eureka. And the heaviest rain in Northern California has been just to the north of Eureka for the better part of the day. But as we extend through the overnight, obviously you can see how the rain is going to continue. You can kind of get a feel for that looking at the onshore flow. So it's going to be a very, very wet scenario for you. Let's go ahead and look at some of the scenes now as we take you up to Clatsop County in Oregon. And here we have some flooding. And this is all along portions of Highway 101. As you can see, parts of the highway are underwater. The flooding here is actually being caused by runoff from the surrounding mountains. And that is going to be a factor that we have to watch for as we go not only through the weekend, but on into this upcoming work week. The result of too much rain coming down in a short period of time. Again, there's our front, and it's just poised to move onshore. There's a lot of wind associated with this. So gale warnings are in effect here. The strongest winds, the highest winds are pretty well said and done here, but you'll still have some pretty decent wind gusts to contend with, and still some high surf, so mariners be wary of that. Going to find up to 20 to 25-foot waves out there as you head just off the coast. Travel weather, as you can see, rainy and wet, some snow into the higher elevations, maybe 3 to 6 inches. Is the end in sight? Nope. Typical November weather here, and you can see how each individual disturbance will be marching on in for the next week or so. Let's take a look at the eastern part of the nation with Paul.
All right, it takes a lot to look at, too. Tonight we've got a myriad of elements on our map. We've got a little bit of wind, not like the Northwest, but we do have wind. We've got rain, and we've got winter. Honest to goodness, in Michigan, we've got our snow coming down tonight. Elsewhere, conditions are fairly tranquil. High pressure, the big stable domes of that, making sure most of the country sees some good conditions. But there is a bit of rain to look at, too. All right, let's cover it all. We got a lot to make something out of. Well, the front, it made a lot of rain come down across the Northeast as far as some scattered showers. It is kicking off ashore now. You can see where the brightest, whitest spots are, like right there, kind of kicking on out. Our front is all but gone. Once it is gone, it's going to make a big difference. Kind of our focusing mechanism for wet weather will lose its focus, or at least push it eastward, out over water. Some snow, too. What's up with that? Well, the reason it's coming down, we got the cool air in place, putting a squeeze to the remaining moisture. A couple things happening to make that happen. A little bit wet at times around Bangor. It's been wet till about the top of the hour when things started to dry out on us a bit. Elsewhere, around Boston, around Norwood, even around Falmouth, we got our rain coming down. And throughout Boston Metro, we saw our rain coming down all day today. And tonight, too. Look at this around Beantown. The rain started a few hours ago, and it's capping off kind of a cold, dreary day. Pedestrians and drivers alike had to get out there and brave the light rains and fog for a Friday night on the town. But, hey, it's always a good idea, right? Pedestrians and drivers alike have braved the light rains. And looks like the rains will be lasting a while overnight. Then we'll start to see a little clearing working its way in as we get into our day on Saturday. So that's what we're looking forward to, is better and brighter conditions. A little bit wet around Buffalo, at least south of town a bit here, too. Rainy for the city around JFK and LaGuardia now. You're going there to catch the plane between, the station and there. You may endure a little bit of rainfall into parts of New York State tonight. Just a bit still. Around Philadelphia, getting better and brighter. Around Jersey, maybe doing a little gaming there. Atlantic City tonight, you may encounter a few showers, but that, too, is moving on. Getting drier, too, for D.C. and Baltimore. Yeah, the snow's coming down here, though. Around Battle Creek, around Colin there, around Sturgis, too. Three Rivers, that whole area, maybe you can see some very light snow. On toward Jackson, reporting light snowfall. Even toward Traverse City, Petoskey, we too have snow. Very light, though, maybe in the 1 to 3 inch amount. Not looking at a big snowfall. Big cool down, though, around the town. Chicago tonight, about 34, about 47 to Boston, and 50 for the city. Not going to cool off a lot further. Too much in the way of clouds around to really let that happen for us tonight. South of our front, our focusing mechanism, few showers. May hold on and affect us in the day, too, for Tampa, around Orlando, too. Maybe eventually Miami. Tonight, you're hitting the town around Miami. Temps nice, 77, 47 toward Atlanta, and 43 toward Birmingham. There's a look at all the showers and even the snow in the upper Midwest. Now let's focus our attention toward the forecast, beginning with Sharon.
All right, we'll take you into the Northeast. Friday morning, if you recall, the overnight lows not too terribly bad, into the 40s and 50s. In fact, very close to what we would expect this time of the year for our average highs. But the front is going to be sweeping on through, and instead of getting a southerly flow of air like we had ahead of the front, it's going to be coming in out of the northwest, and that will usher in some cooler air. Cool enough to support some snow upstate New York, and heading into some of the higher elevations of the Northeast. But look at this, into southern New England, some sunshine. It will be much cooler, though, so even though you'll have some sunshine to deal with for Saturday, winds are going to make things seem a little bit cooler. And the actual thermometer is going to read several degrees cooler than what you had on your Friday. That's a brief peek at the weather for Saturday in the Northeast. Here's Paul with a closer look.
All right, it's a brief peek, but a brisk peek in the Northeast in the morning, going out there to grab the paper, grab some breakfast somewhere. Feel very cool conditions throughout New England, around the city, Boston, Providence, Hartford, too, even toward Philly, D.C., Baltimore. Just a bit on the cool side. Nothing like we're seeing in Minnesota, though, around Minneapolis, St. Paul. Wow, mighty cool start there, even just going out to grab the paper. You're going to definitely feel a cool chill to the air. You want some warmth, you have to go south of the front. Something else, though, you may encounter along the front and just a bit south of it, some additional rain. Some snow may fly past us into parts of upstate, little trough here, elongated area of low pressure, and may come along and help to kind of accentuate a few snowflakes. Western U.S., we get the worst of it, the winteriest, with the high elevation snow, the windy conditions, and persistent rain, even Northern California and eventually toward San Francisco. Yeah, plans to be around Fisherman's Wharf. We could encounter some of that for the day with some rain. Heaviest amounts of rain, though, still, and around the coast there. Could be seeing some flooding potential. Parts of Northern California and Southern Oregon for Saturday could see too much rain. That's the bad part of this. A lot of warmth across the plains. That's going to feel good. It's going to feel good hitting the town. Well, the wind may not feel so good. Maybe a jacket. Get out there around the city or Boston or Philly or even toward D.C. toward Pittsburgh. We're off to kind of a cool start and really a cool finish. Southern U.S. may see some rain in the parts of Florida, looking better and brighter toward the Big D. Chicago, good day, just a bit brisk with the wind around and looking good to Southern Cal, but wet for northern and central California.
Okay.
Be back, folks.